Ladies and gentlemen, this is your co-main event.
So Angelica Martinez, her fight starting is mixed martial arts.
Bout scheduled for 4 rounds. Introducing first, this fighter coming out of the blue corner. She stands in at 5'8" inches tall, weighing in at 117 pounds. She hails from Richmond, Virginia, representing the MMA Institute, making her professional debut. Ladies and gentlemen, Angelica Martinez.
Women's fights are always very exciting.
Her opponent is standing across the ring and fighting out of the red corner. She stands in at 5'7" inches tall, weighing in at 118 ready pounds. In 2 bouts, she has 1 victory. That victory comes by way of knockout. Representing Modern Warrior, ladies and gentlemen, Taylor Starling.
She is excited to be here.
So it's really high energy versus cool, calm, and collected. We'll see who wins.
Styles make fights. We'll see.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Garrity, Toby, Tiger Heart Greer, and of course from the world-famous 5th Street Gym joining us is Dino. Welcome back, bud. It's good to see you again.
Thank you very much.
This fight's got explosions written all over it, gentlemen. I know Taylor is super pumped in this fight. Let's see what she's going to be able to do here as her bare-knuckle boxing experience.
Looks like Taylor's coming with big punches. It looks like Angelica's trying to execute her game plan, which is stay long and stay away from her, which is probably her best bet right now.
Ooh, nasty left hook she landed.
Now, I don't know if you've talked about this a lot before, Dino, but what is, in your opinion as a professional, one of the best gyms in the world, what's the biggest difference between a bare-knuckle bout and a boxing match? How differently do you train for those types of fights?
Beautiful.
The shorter rounds is one issue, but I think she's bringing her bare-knuckle brawling style. I don't think she cares gloves or no gloves. I think she fights the same way. It's hard for a leopard to change their spots. So I think people have their style and they do what they do best.
Well, she put a nice stiff jab on the face of Martinez there, but you're right, she is swinging for the fences here. Referee didn't like something he saw from Martinez. I must have missed it if you guys caught what happened there.
It was a hit after the break, but it wasn't a very good break by the ref, so I could see. But she's giving her a warning. That's fine. A little break for both of them would be good.
Here we go, continuation of round number 1 of 4 here in our co-main event of the evening. Ooh. Taylor Starling lands a few big shots right there.
She's got that overhand right timed.
Yeah, like I said, Angelina's only real hope and success is stay long, keep her at the end of her jab, and she still seems to be wanting to brawl with Taylor, and Taylor's just a tough human.
There it is again.
That overhand right has definitely found a home.
We talked about that. We saw the eyes again. We saw another fighter who looked away, looked to her corner, and basically what that says to me is she doesn't want to be in there, and now she's looking for a way
Toby,
out.
she is hurt right now. A few of those shots have landed so far, Dino. What does she have to do to get the finish?
I think she needs to keep her distance and keep whipping that overhand right. There you go. If she adds a left hook, she might put her away.
Taylor's clearly the superior boxer, is the clear athlete here. So really, at least she gets out of this round. But Angelica's really had to put something together. I think that's a slip.
That was a slip. Our referee in there, Sean Wood, saw it as that. And that is the end of round number 1. A dominant first round from Taylor Starling as far as I saw. Toby, tell me how you saw that first round go, and let's get into the Tiger Heart scorecard here.
I saw it was pretty even. Taylor definitely took it away just with more damaging shots. I'm looking forward to Angelica. Her corner is going to tell her to stay long. She might have a chance.
Dino, I want to put you into Martinez's corner. So give us quickly what you're telling a fighter like Martinez after seeing that first round. What's your coaching that you're giving Martinez to heading into the second and third here?
Get on that jab a little lower because she's bending her head down, start aiming for her neck. She'll run into it and half a step back and then counter. Half a jab, half a step back, half a step to the side, half a step to the side. If she stands there, she'll catch her with that overhand right all around, all day until she finally stops her.
So the best movement is obviously going to be to the right, and like you said, stepping in and out, staying away from those powerful shots. All right, that was the 10-second knock. Getting ready for round number 2. Once again, this is a 4-round affair. Taylor Starling wearing the yellow with the black trim, and of course, Angelica Martinez wearing the all-black MMA-style shorts in the ring.
Yeah, Angelica's looking like she's more
There
patient.
it is.
And that one had Martinez wobbly, but Woods is letting him go.
Again, slip again.
That jab to the body set up that overhand. I think Martinez is so tired she can't hold herself up.
And I like that level change, though, from Starling, how she did take that left to the body. It really did open up that overhand even more than it already has been.
Her coach Ricky was asking for that in the locker room. I saw him practicing it.
1 minute, 19 seconds to go here. Round 2 out of 4.
So Taylor, that's her style. She puts a lot of combos together. It only takes one to land, especially when you're in that bare knuckle boxing. But I think now Taylor's having to adapt to hitting her with everything she's got and not a lot happening. So we could see a shift here, but it would be good to see Angelica get a little more comfortable in there and start jabbing and staying long, but she seems a little bit too happy eating those hooks.
Big smile on the face of Martinez as she takes that left jab once again from Starling.
There it is.
I'd like to see Taylor to be a little more cautious, a little more strategic. That overhand right or that right hook's there, but she needs to set up a little better.
If she can fake it or add the left hook to it, she'll catch her because she's leaning over after that to try to avoid it.
Well, she's almost forced Martinez to lean over like that with how heavy those come.
There it is again.
And Dino, being in the Third Street Gym, having a reputation for a lot of head movement and a lot of bobbing and weaving, what do you think Taylor should be doing maybe a little bit different?
Absolutely. There's no reason to walk into punches. She can get her head out of the middle and make things a lot easier for her.
Little gamesmanship there from Starling, unhappy with something that Martinez was doing. Another warning given by Sean Woods over here, and he's going to take a point away for that. So it must have been a headbutt or something that went on there. It pissed Starling off, and it made the ref take a point away. She's complaining about it, but I think he's going to warn Starling here to not retaliate. Even hockey has 2 minutes for retaliation.
There you go. That jab has got it.
So the beautiful thing is Taylor's consistent. She's fighting her fight. I've seen Taylor fight so many times. She comes in, right hook, right hook. She goes high, she goes low, but she walks forward. She has zero fear.
Round 2 in the books here in this 4-round fight, and this is a barn burner so far. Taylor wants nothing else other than a knockout. When you're throwing with that much power, that much veracity, how does that affect your cardio in a boxing match moving on?
Absolutely. She could be burned out and have nothing but rubber in her arms unless she trained hard enough. I mean, you could always train hard enough. So she looks like she's recovering. She seems pretty clear up there. I think she's going to be okay. I just don't know if she just has enough power to stop her. If she puts the combination together, the ref will have no choice but to jump in.
Dino, let me go to you. What are you telling Angelica right now in the corner?
Again, I would jab and slide and then throw my right hand, let her run into something. And maybe you'll get lucky, but between her pressure coming in, she might just knock herself out.
Well, and she moves forward so much. Wouldn't like an uppercut be in play too?
Absolutely. Aim a little lower. She's tall, she's short. Let's try to set it up so she walks into it.
Round 3 getting started
but
here.
Leaning over, throwing that right hand's going to get her caught.
Angelica Martinez, Taylor Starling, and this one so far has been Starling with the power shots. And, of course, the point being taken away from Martinez. So if she had any judges in her favor, that does not help at all. And shots land for both fighters there.
Ooh. I don't know what she's thinking. Got to protect herself at all times.
So Taylor's relying a little bit too much on the ref to stop it, and I think that's what's getting her caught. But it was interesting. This might be a shift in momentum. Seeing Angelica talk while she's fighting might have been the shift she needed.
Well, she's taken every power shot Starling's had so far and is still standing there, so that's a little bit of an advantage too.
This is the best round she's had, clearly. She's bringing it to her. She's landing.
And like we talked about in between rounds, Dino, look how much slower the shots are coming from Starling's end.
We have a fight.
Definitely slowing down.
There's no doubt in my mind. We have a fight now.
If I was Starling, I'd start going to the body and keep my distance and not walk into those shots.
Clean hook.
I don't think she has the power anymore to really starch her.
Yeah, so what I see is Angelica settling in. What I see is Taylor getting a little desperate. What I do see is some desperation from Taylor's corner, which is very obvious, and confidence from Angelica's corner.
Not just from the corner. We're hearing some of the Taylor fans in the background here starting to get a little bit worried because she's starting to gas out here in the third.
Absolutely. She's relying on the knockout. It's not coming.
And
again, the look away, the look away. We saw it right there. Something that Toby's been pointing out this whole show.
But now, like the fight game goes, one punch can change everything. You see Taylor go from looking up at the clock to going, hey, I'm going to kill this girl. And that's what we want. That's why we love Taylor. That's why she's called the Killa Bee. That's how you finish a round.
Round 3 ends. Now this one's interesting, folks, because I think there's a very good possibility Martinez took that round in the judges' eyes. Now, she probably lost round 1, had a point taken away and lost round 2. So you're still down at least 2 to 3 points and you only have 1 round left. So Dino, now for the 3rd straight round, I'm putting you in Martinez's corner. She needs a finish. Do you really tell her that right now, or do you tell her just keep the same game plan and hope that the finish finds her?
She definitely needs to finish. She can't win without it. I still say she needs to give herself some distance. She's long and tall. I think the end of her punch is where the power is, and hopefully Taylor can run into it for her, but I don't see it happening.
Toby, you've got a gassed and frustrated fighter in Taylor's corner. What are you telling her?
I'm telling her to slow it down a little bit. Don't give away this fight. What I see in this corner is a cool, calm, collected woman. And I hate to say it about Taylor, but I see a little bit of a frustrated Taylor because I think she thought it was going to be easier. And sometimes when you think it's going to be easier, that can be the worst thing when you make it in that last round.
Well, here we go, our co-main events, and it's final round right now. Again, round 4 here. A little bit of a delay to the start.
I think the only opportunity anybody's got for a stoppage is put a flurry together and force the ref to jump in.
Yeah, I think that's Taylor. If Taylor could put 4 to 5 punches in a row together and make the ref think that she's not protecting herself intelligently, the ref will stop it, but she's still smiling. I love Angelica. She's made a fan of me this fight. There is no doubt about that.
Oh, and she's turned it into a fight. It was looking pretty dominant in the first for Starling, but this fight has turned around. Unfortunately, she's just short on time.
Oh, now the focus is back in Taylor. She's calm, she's cool, and she's found her martial artist, and I think she's going to put something together. But it's a fight.
She doesn't need the knockout. She needs a box.
It's got to be hard, though. You've got a fighter, a bare-knuckle fighter like Starling, that all she does is look for knockouts. You can't necessarily train that out of her in the 4th round of a fight she's gassed in. So there it is again. That right hand lands.
If this was bare knuckle, this thing would be over.
Yeah, no, these women would be all cut up.
There right and a left lands for Starling.
That right hand from Starling is what's going to win her this fight. It's finding a home most of the time. Angelica's got to know she's down.
I don't think Angelica has enough to do anything about it, though.
Yeah, I don't think there's power enough there to knock Starling out, but you never know. When the gas tank is low, any shot can end that fight.
Taylor finished with that left hook. She might get her, but she's got to put it together. Easier said than done when you're sitting here.
Yeah, exactly. And again, that fatigue kicks in. When you're tired, one of my greatest fears in the fight has always been just getting tired, nothing else. And it looks like Taylor's at that point, but she's just bouncing. She's bouncing, and that's it. She's floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee, just like her name says, and she is not going to back down. I love it how Taylor she circles out, but when she's ready, she goes forward just like that. Doesn't even charge her.
She's got a chin because she got cracked, and she took it like a champ.
Looking up at the clock once again is Starling.
There's two. Yes, she saw the clock. She's being very strategic, and she's going to win this fight. She's going to point it out. That's the sign of a great gamesmanship. Yes.
There you go.
And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. All 4 rounds in the books. I think we all agree. Starling's going to pull this one out, but you got to give a lot of credit to Martinez and the heart she showed, especially coming back in those last 2 rounds.
Absolutely. So tough. Unbelievable. She hit with that right hand every time she threw it.
Well, all right, folks, I'm going to head up into the cage. Once I grab the scorecards, we will get the official winners announcement, and then it's main event time. Dino, you sticking around for the main event?
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
All right, Chris Garrity, Toby Tiger Hardgreer, and Dino from the world-famous Fifth Street Gym. We'll be right back.
But they are very tough. They're serious athletes. And I enjoy women's fighting. They come They come to fight.
What is it about women's boxing that you think is different stylistically?
I think they rely less on power. You see a lot of
All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we get to an official decision,
and you can win fights being busy. You know, you can throw over 50 punches around. You can rack up some rounds, you rack up some wins.
After 3 rounds of 118-pound boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Both judges Stamey and Hunt score the bout 40-35, while Judge Udega has it 38-37. All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, and fighting out of the red corner, Killa Bee Starling.
You know, I remember many months ago, I should admit this, but staying up late to watch one of Killa Bee's pay-per-views. And not only just because I wanted to support her, but because I know how exciting, how fun it is to watch her fight. And that's a testament right there. I think it's her first pro boxing fight with the gloves on. And she's probably going to be surprised about how reckless she got to be in there. How do you think a performance like that would be different if she tried that with no gloves on?
I think she would have stopped her. Either the cut would have stopped her, or she might have broke her hand, catch her on top of the head.
You were fantastic.
Would have been a different fight.
Those overhand rights.
Yeah.
But you got to give her a little bit of credit. She came back.
Let me ask you this: as a boxing trainer,
and gave you a little bit of a hard time. You still won a dominant decision, but give me your thoughts on your opponent and how she did come back in that fight.
Yeah, she definitely came out with a different fire in the 3rd and 4th round. I think she knew that she was down and she had to pull something out of it. So yeah, props to her. She came out swinging, but she ain't the Killa Bee, and I ain't no quitter, so don't ever call me that again.
Well, you landed some great shots. Are you surprised you weren't able to put her out in that fight?
Yeah, a little bit. I knew there was a couple of times, but I just didn't want to get over-aggressive and hunt for the knockout. Like, if it happened, it happened, but I didn't want to just go crazy when I saw her hurt. I wanted to make sure that it was the moment if it was happening, but it kind of didn't play out that way. She's tough.
Well, congratulations on the victory. We loved seeing you here in the ring tonight. That was a dominant victory here at Global Legion. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give her one more huge round of applause, the Killa Bee Tay Starling.